All right, I'm Nathan Harrell. This is my week 8 ethics review. I'm going to be doing mine over chapter 16, Annalisa Knus or Knaus, I'm not sure. And this is her hypothetical for chapter 16. You're part of a campaign team for a well known author. Your team has been planning this book signing, meet and greet tour. Your team, up to this point, it has been advertised as free to attend. However, you discuss with your manager and you realize that it's not technically free because in order to go, the people have to buy the author's latest book and able to get in, even though the meet and greet is being held in a publicly accessible bookstore. So that's the hypothetical, and she provides some options, some things that you could do in this situation. One of those that I'll start with, would you shift advertising efforts to include the knowledge that you must purchase the author's latest novel? And I want to start with that one because I think that's probably the best if you have enough time, like, to get that information out there before the date the meet and greet starts, right? So you know right now you've been putting out this information that it's free, and that's what everybody thinks it is. So you kind of should have enough time to, and it may still be the best option anyway, even if you don't have enough time. But best case scenario, if you had enough time to get that information out there so that it becomes like common knowledge the other way. If you can even do that. I don't even know if you're like allowed to advertise something as one thing and then change the advertisements so that it's now advertised as something else. If you're able to do that, I think that's probably the best way, but it's something about that just seems sketchy. But I guess the sketchiness is in the fact that you advertised it incorrectly in the first place. She also says, "Would you bring it up with management?" Which I think is sort of like the go-to method for most of these ethical situations, because you expect your management to know what to do ethically. However, sometimes you may find yourself in a position where the management may know what to do ethically, and still put you in a position where you're forced to do something that is unethical. Hopefully, this isn't one of those situations, and you could, excuse me, my cat, and you could hopefully discuss that with management and come to a good solution anyway. And lastly, she says, "Would you let it slide? Most of the attendees would probably be buying the book anyway," which is a valid point because, you know, if you're going to a meet and greet book signing, it would be assumed that you would be bringing a book to be signed. However, you know, obviously you run the risk of somebody coming in without a book to be signed and just wanting to meet and greet the person. So I don't think I would just let it slide. I definitely feel like you can't just keep putting out false advertising because it's false advertising. If you're advertising it as free when it's not free, you know, there's some, even if you just, you know, do the fine print, there's some fine print issues in there. It's like the book talks about, just with ethics, you want to be fully open. You want to contribute to the proper like flow of information. You don't want to like hinder and hold information back when you're advertising. And this, if you advertise the event as a free event, even though technically you have to have the book, that's literally like hindering the free flow of information. So that's what I think I would do about this situation. I think best case scenario, you could just put out the correct advertising and remedy it that way. If not, you could go to your manager, but I definitely would not just keep putting out false advertising.